Tell you're frustrated. What's your thoughts after that tonight?
Frustrating night. I thought we started the game pretty well. I thought we had a few chances. It was pretty even first half an hour, and then obviously the sending off makes it difficult. Second half we tried to play high, try to get a few chances, and we had a few. But yeah, it's frustrating.
Even before the red card, it seemed like Genk were creating a lot of chances. Why do you feel like you're so open at the back?
Yeah, I thought we created chances as well. They had chances, but so did we. And then obviously when the red card comes, it's difficult. I thought we could have moved the ball a bit better first half. But when the red card happens, it's difficult, and we've tried to gamble a bit, and we've let a few in over the top. But it's one of these things that we went for it second half, and they obviously hit the goal.
I'm sure you heard the reaction from the supporters at full time. What is being asked of you and the players by the manager that isn't happening out on the pitch? Where do you think it is going wrong, where that disconnect is?
If I knew it was going wrong, I'd try my best to help it. It's numerous things. It's difficult to analyse it right after the game. I've just came off the pitch, so to ask that's difficult for me to answer that. But having just came off the pitch, I thought, as I said, first half, I thought we passed the ball well in moments. We didn't do things as quick as we can. I thought we did create chances. And look, when we get a goal early on here, I think it lifts the whole crowd, and if we don't get that, then it's difficult. So yeah, as I say, it's difficult to analyse anything just now so quickly after the game.
With the reaction and the way the supporters are feeling at the moment, how do you bring them back? How can you turn this around? What evidence can you present that you can switch this back around?
Yeah, obviously I understand the frustrations. We're the exact same in there. It's not like we're on different pages. We're the exact same. So it's difficult, but we can only turn it around by performances and winning games, and we need to do that quickly.
Appreciate your time, John. Thank you.
John Souttar there with Danny. Well, Ali McCoist's joined us now. Ali, John saying there, they're going to try their best to turn it around, but the stats don't make great reading. Russell Martin, 14 games, 4 victories, and no goals in 4 of the last 5. I mean, it's understandable that the Rangers fans are disillusioned right now, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Of course they are. They've got every right to. They're totally justified in being disappointed with what they're seeing, because, I mean, it clearly hasn't been good enough, and it isn't good enough. And tonight was another disappointment. You can point to the red card, the deserved red card, but it goes deeper than that, Emma. The level of performances haven't been good enough. I just felt coming into the stadium tonight, and you could have blown me away. It was nothing like a normal atmosphere of any game, never mind a European game here at Ibrox. There was an apathy, there was a kind of, I don't know, there was no life about the place, actually on or off the pitch, which is really, really concerning. Listen, Emma, the manager's in trouble. The manager's in big trouble, because something has to change, and something has to change dramatically. And on the current evidence, sadly, I can't see it happening. Do you think Andrew Kavanagh will have sat here tonight, though, and understood what was happening, understood that this was very different to a usual Europa League night, understood how the fans are feeling, and how long can it go on for? Well, it can't go on for long. I mean, that's for sure, because you can get the backing from owners, you can get backing from the board, as I said earlier on, directors. But the fact of the matter is, if these people around the stadium don't support you, then there's no point, and something will have to give. You asked me, does he understand what's going on? Of course he must. He's an intelligent man. He's an astute businessman. He'd have done his due diligence on the club. He will know what the club's all about. Tonight and in recent weeks is certainly not what the club's all about. I mean, the noise behind us over in the corner, it's the away fans. They're still in here. They get kept in for security reasons before being released. We have stood here so many times, haven't we, on a Thursday night, where this place has been absolutely electric. Stood here with Barry Ferguson after Fenerbahce. It is so different. And we spoke before the game, didn't we, about rather than the crowd lifting the players on a night like tonight, the onus was on the players to try and lift this crowd early on, and they couldn't do it.
But that right there is the problem. It comes a stage where it's up to the players to get the crowd hyped up, and then they'll follow you and they'll back you all the way. And at this moment in time, the way it started, unfortunately, that a lot of the fans are voting with their feet. They're not coming to the stadium, they're not kind of getting behind them. Clancy's right, it was so strange driving up to the stadium, walking through what crowd was here already, looking round about. It just didn't have that same feel of atmosphere or energy around everything. And ultimately the players then have to go out with whatever tactics it is and play to a level that lifts the stadium. And it's just not there at this moment in time. So well, it's a really difficult period, and it needs to turn around very, very quickly.
I know, but you've got to say, boys, I'm not sure we agree. And the current evidence, you know, it's our job up there to give honest opinions, you know. We're obviously Rangers men, and it hurts us to see what's happening, but I keep going on about it again. I just look at the recruitment and I'm saying to myself, what is going on with the recruitment? That big fella up front, I hope he scores 500 goals for Rangers. I genuinely do. I really, really do. But he's got his work out, and I'm just thinking to myself, we go and pay whatever it is, £10 million for somebody that's had one start in 2 seasons and had 300 minutes.
Did you find it strange that he did start? Because I'm looking at it, Miovski, he gets his first goal at the weekend.
I find it unbelievably strange out that we've paid £10 million for him. And that's no I'm just looking at the boy's statistics. He has 300 minutes, he's had one start in 2... Why?
Is that Kevin Thelwell? Is that Russell Martin?
Well, it's recruitment. Whoever's in charge of the recruitment. And it's been poor before they've came as well. So...
But, Ali, he's been bought for £10 million or £9 million to play in European nights, so he has to play. Like you put all that in your eggs in one basket. You're talking about there, Emma. The crowd, it works both ways. Like the players need the crowd need the players. That's exactly it. But this stunk tonight. I mean, we spoke about it. We could have heard everything tonight before the game. It's a crowd now that are so disillusioned with the way that everything's going at this minute in time. And Cavan invested in this football club for nights like this. It was meant to be for nights like this where the place is rocking. So it would have smacked him in the face tonight what he heard or what he's seen. And there's thin lines. Diamandi sending off changes the game. It
I was going to say, there is a mitigating factor there, but even with 11 players, with the fans seeing the type of football that they're paying the money to come here and watch that they're accustomed to seeing on a night like this.
I wouldn't say that it was. I mean, John Souttar summed it up perfectly. I think it was a fairly even half an hour. And then in the 41 minutes it sort of changes a little bit, but after that you're up against it, and it does happen. It just, I mean, everything when it rains it pours for Russell Martin. It's one of them ones.
I feel like I've seen enough this season, and it was going the same direction as previous games where yes, they did create one or two, a little bit off it in the final third, maybe that last pass, but when they're sloppy in midfield playing the ball forward and it's turned over, the gaps that are at the back,
amazing.
Like one ball transition and you're through on goal.
That's the goal.
That's the problem.
The goal. I mean, with the greatest respect, your right centre back and your right back, they're caught up the pitch. Cornelius has got to come over. He ends up going back into position. It's not even a great run. All he needs to do is get into a gap that's been left.
It's quite simple for me as a back four, especially when you're down to 10 men. You can't leave gaps. You need communication. There's one at the goal. John Souttar jumps out. I don't think he has to do it. I think if he just falls back into his position, it probably doesn't even happen. We'll obviously have a look at it, but then there's a big gap that opens up. Straight through, one ball, and it's happening too many times this season. One straight ball.
I was going to say that to you. This is happening game on game. So therefore, does Russell Martin have the players to play this system, to play that high line? Does he? You know, you look at Jigger and Fernandez, both here on loan, not even involved tonight.
Yeah, I think as a back four, if you're going to play a high line, you need pace. If you're going to play from the back, you need ball players, people that are comfortable. This sort of philosophy needs every single person buying in, which is one, and then two, playing with confidence, because everybody needs to take the ball, everybody needs to want the ball. You need runners in behind, people showing to feet. It's just not clicking at this moment in time. And look, the scary thing is, we've seen it in Hibs the first half here. One straight ball, Martin Boyle's in through and goal. Yes, it's a handball, but after that, the same kind of thing was coming back, and we've seen it too much this season.
I'll spot on there with it. If you're going to play that, you need a high line, you need athleticism in the back. But what you do also need, because you're that methodical with your play, you need counter pressing. You need to get people after the ball. The closest man needs to go to the ball. And it looks as if even that's a bit, which then obviously has a drastic effect because the back line's too high. You're not getting pressure on the ball, and then you get players, and then you have to say the pass is a hell of a pass, to be honest with you. Like you can talk about Cornelius coming out of position and John Souttar, but you still need to put that pass in, and it's a hell of a pass. But that's the level you're playing against, so you get exposed.
It certainly is, but you picked up on it in commentary. Previous Rangers teams would have wiped the floor with this Genk team.
Oh, absolutely. They're bang average. With the greatest respect. They're sitting 14th in the Belgian league. You know, we're not talking Brugge, who are a different level.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know they gave Rangers 6, they gave them 3-1 here. but they followed up with 4-1 to home to Monaco. They're a completely different level. They're a Champions League team. They're not. They're, I think, just an average Europa League side. And, you know, I wouldn't say for a minute we made it easy for them, but we didn't pose them anything like enough problems. You know, Gassaman, I thought on the left-hand side, looked lively at times, you know, and he tries to cut inside, he does his bits and pieces, and he gives you a bit of hope. Apart from that, in forward areas, I mean, the young lad we've got on loan from Spurs, Mikey Moore, you know, I think he'll go into development and a very, very good player. But
do you not feel, Coisty, at times when you're watching it, especially moving forward, that they're giving to Gassama hoping that he does something more than you're looking at it and you want him to drive inside, play 1-2s, move? Like, that's what you're looking for as a fan, that excitement in the play, moving the ball forward really quickly. I just don't quite think you see that, and we've not really seen it. You're kind of hoping.
See, when I look at him much so, see when I watch him and he gets the ball, he tries to do something. See, when he does look up, I don't think he's got confidence in the forward position to go and fire it into somebody and make
move.
Russell, it's another difficult evening. What are your thoughts on this side's performance tonight?
Well, I think it's difficult because we're down to 10 men for so long. We had good control in the first bit of the game, and then had a tough spell where we had to defend a little bit because we weren't good enough or clean enough with the ball. And then I thought we rode that out, and then Theo gets sent off, and it changes the game. So the lads, I thought, were good second half. We actually looked a threat on the break. They wanted to take the ball, they stuck together. We wanted to be aggressive with it to try and cause them problems as well. And then they score a goal which we shouldn't concede, really. It's we have them in the corner, we should probably foul or at least take the ball. And then a couple of bad decisions later, it's a goal. So, but they stuck at it. I'm proud of that in the second half. With 10 men for so long, against decent teams is not easy. So it is what it is.
Even with that, can you be proud of a result like that? I mean, even
I'm not 11. About a result. We're not talking about a result. You're about the performance.
But even like 11 against 11, it seemed like Genk had a lot of chances. They seemed to get in quite easily through the middle of the defence. Yeah, I just said to you, we had good control for 25-30 minutes, and then we had a wobbly spell for 5-10 minutes where we weren't clean enough with the ball, so we have to defend a bit more. And we had moments as well. We were in their box a lot. Why do you think that happened? You had the control for 20 minutes. Why do you think that maybe didn't that you sort of lost that control? I just said we weren't clean enough with the ball. So why do you think that's happening though? I think we're playing again. We trap ourselves. We don't show enough intensity to receive the ball and find the other side of the pitch, and it hurt us a little bit. Is there a reason you think for that? Is it the players not performing your instructions? Are they? I know you said last week there's a lot of anxiety on the pitch. Is it things like that? No, I don't think so tonight. I just think it's we're playing against a team that are set up well, but we should do better with the ball. We should look after the ball better. But it's about habits all the time. So it was fine when we're going well, and then when we have a little bit of a wobble, the habits change a little bit. Sort of goes to a bit of default. So we have to change that into habits that are right for us all the time. I know you said there was progress on Saturday against Hibs. I know you maybe couldn't build on that because of the red card. How far away do you feel this team is from putting in a performance for 90 minutes that is what you are after? Not far. I think we'll learn and grow from tonight. I think they did well for having 10 men with a long time to play. So I think tonight, as much as it was good evidence for us on last Saturday about the good feeling they had after the game, there'll be stuff tonight that tomorrow is really clear for the players. So there'll be a lot of learning from tonight. I'm sure you heard the reaction at full time from the supporters. It's a difficult relationship at the moment between you and them. What do you need to do to turn this around? Do you still believe you can get them back on side? Yeah, I just have to. I said it so many times before, the only thing that will impact that is winning football matches. I think inside the building they've been amazing. The process has been great, the players, the staff, so we have to just keep focusing on that, and then the outcome will end up being positive, and hopefully that will end up turning the supporters in their feeling. And just last one, obviously Andrew Kavanagh was here again tonight. He's been here all week. What do you think he will have made of what he's seen on the pitch, but also in the stands? I'll find out in about 15 minutes. I look forward to seeing him and chatting to him. Appreciate your time. Top man, thank you. Thank you, Russell.
Well, that's probably the most bullish that we have seen Russell Martin in charge of Rangers. Learn and grow. Is Rangers the place you come to learn and grow, and is the Europa League the platform for that to happen?
As if you win. It's pretty straightforward. You get away with it if you win. and unfortunately Rangers aren't doing it at this moment in time. I get it. European football's new to them. It's new to a lot of the players, you know, so I get that totally. In that respect, it is a learning process, of course. But the one thing you've got to do here at a club like this is learn on your feet and learn pretty quickly. And that would be my concern, that they're not learning quick enough.
Yeah, it becomes really difficult because the longer it goes on, the harder it becomes. And I just feel, because you spoke about it earlier, the recruitment, the way it is at the moment in time, I think you need players to be able to come in here and handle this pressure and be able to perform at a high level week in, week out. A lot of these guys, like, really good careers, don't get me wrong, they're still young, they're still learning, they're developing, but I don't think they've been used to being under this much scrutiny week in, week out. And you have to be able to deal with that. First, they talk about the feeling that you get when the crowd is on your back. You have to be able to deal with that and perform. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And we've not seen it yet. I know he's talking about learning and growing, but you have to do it as quick as possible.
And that's it. When the new ownership came in, they said they would invest. They've done that. And, you know, the results on the pitch, you see the reaction of the Rangers fans in the pictures on your screen just now. So disillusioned from such a high in the summer of the buyover to where they're seeing their team now. And this game against Genk, I look at Rangers' coming fixtures in this competition, the likes of Roma, Porto away. On paper, this would be a fixture that Rangers would have looked at to try and get some points on the board and get the European campaign up and running. When you look at the dressing room you were part of, Scott, here, the one that got all the way to the final in Seville, I mean, it's absolutely night and day when it comes to standards. Yeah.
Well, first of all, the home games is one you target straight away to try and get your points on the board. You know, you're talking about recruitment there, Emma. You can look at how many players, you know, how many sprints they do, what their passing distance is, what their passing accuracy is. You cannot look in somebody's head and see if they can actually perform it under pressure until it's there. And unfortunately, there's so many players over years and years at Rangers that just can't handle the pressure at big moments.
That's right, it's absolutely massive. You know, we can sit here and talk about, you know, passing accuracies, tackles made, runs forward. The fact of the matter is, see them, generally speaking, they don't lie, right? You can look at all the stats you want, they don't lie. That's where we are at the moment.
And I think, apart from what you read about the fans, even the style of play, the passing side to side, passing the ball forwards is what the fans want to see. Surely that is the way you win football games. You're much more qualified to talk about it than I am. But when Russell's saying that what he's seeing is not quite what he's coaching, I mean, Danny asked a very pertinent question. You know, when will that happen?
That's a worry. If Russell Martin, look, he's a young coach. He'll be working every day with his team, trying to get his ideas across. He's talking about they're taking it on board. He's seen it in training. He just wants them to come out here and deliver. If he's worried that he's not seen it, then you can understand why the fans are worried, why we are sitting here. Because he's talking about you can see with your own eyes. We can all see it. It has to improve and it needs to get better so much quicker than what's happening. You don't get room just to develop and have a season just to develop. You have to be winning games as you go along. So I just don't know where it goes from here.
They've got Livingston away, they've got Sturm Graz away, Falkirk away, your side, Scott. I mean, the big question is, Ali, can Russell Martin survive more drop points in the league, you know, or even more defeats?
Well, he's got to win games. Simple. I said earlier in a conversation that he's in trouble.
Will they be in charge on Sunday, do you think?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I do. But it's relatively simple, pretty straightforward. You've got to win games.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Thank you very much for your company. As always, I mean, pretty much sums it up. The silence in the studio just now sums up the mood around Ibrox here this evening. A very substandard crowd size here for this one, and an opening day defeat for Rangers in the Europa League. It's a far cry from the European nights here of the past. What will happen over the next few days? It is another uphill task for Russell Martin